Glad to have you along from Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. It's the Texas Tech Red Raiders and the Utah Utes. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Checking in with the Texas Tech head coach before the game. He talked to me about the importance of this young running back. Just a freshman, he has continued to showcase his talent. They gave him an opportunity early in the season, and they have been rewarded. He continues to shine and be very productive at the line of scrimmage. I'm going to keep you posted on how he plays here in the first quarter. They're feeding him early and often. He's in the script. Can he keep the momentum going? We'll find out. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. The Red Raiders ready to kick it away first. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Along that offensive line, that'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So frustrating for an offense to just give away yards with false start penalties. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Rushes on him. They get to him as he throws. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
I'm not sure he knew he had the face mask there, tried to let it go in time, but couldn't. It's a penalty on the defense. And the offense says thank you very much for the bonus yardage, and it'll be first down after the personal foul penalty. They'll give it to Parker. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that's not a surprise who made that play. And this is just the opening drive, but we're going to hear his name a lot. He flies all over the field, shows up in the run, shows up in the pass. Big-time playmaking linebacker that every time you turn on the tape, you see him flying around.
Back to pass. Bringing the heat. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Took it all the way back to the house.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. And he's not going to take the touchback. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Might be changing the route. Looking to pass. It's Dampier. Right on the money. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. The Utes will hustle to the line.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. This time on target. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
And the Utes have it with a 1st and 10. Direct snap. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like there's always... that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 Conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs and these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Utes pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Back to throw. It's Dampier. Using the quick game. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
And as a quarterback, man, you have to have a short memory, right? Be able to put mistakes behind you. He threw an interception last possession. Who cares? Nice job coming out, getting organized, getting the play down, having confidence, and now they're moving the ball right down the field.
Well, the offense is trying to attack the middle of the field. They're looking to hit that in route, but really good coverage there by the defense.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Quarterback may change this route. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Catch in the middle, it's Parker. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Jekyll and Hyde for this offense and for this quarterback, right? Pick 6 on the last drive. You saw on the sidelines the coach is talking to him, really trying to pick his spirits up. I don't know what they said to him, but whatever it was, it worked because this drive is looking really good here by the offense, and what a beautiful throw there by the quarterback.
They'll run it. It's Parker. There's some room. Got some room. Headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Number 17, set to kick it off.
From inside the 20, chance for great field position. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. They'll start on the ground with Quentin Joyner. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Hammond. Pulls it in. It's Carter. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
I know he's got the height and the weight of a tight end, but, man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. He's got him this time. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. And the Red Raiders are marching down the field. Running inside, it's Joyner. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
First down, you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Red Raiders have it with a 1st and 10. They'll toss it to the left. Makes a man miss. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
This play works for one reason. You toss the ball quickly to the left. Receivers have to block. Once that running back gets on the perimeter, you're going nowhere if those receivers aren't committed to getting on those DBs, locking on them, running their feet. That's not their first priority. I know they're going to catch the ball more than they're going to block. Nice job blocking on that toss.
Extending the play. Bought a little time, lets it go. That pass falls incomplete, and it wraps up an entertaining first. Both offenses doing damage. Had a chance to talk it over We're nearing the break, and they'll start with second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
And he tacked on the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The offense changing the play. To the air. It's Dampier. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Back to pass on second down. Snags it over the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Handoff for Parker. Makes it past the marker. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Wants to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
To the air, it's Dampier. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a gift, right? Like, he was pretty dang open, and that drag route came open, and he had a chance to catch that, chew up some yards, but the defense will take it. And I tell you what, when you go over the middle, man, you got to have some courage, and I don't know if he felt some pressure and some bodies around him, but that was a clear drop.
Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure.
You send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And he'd hope to pin them deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Here's a heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it on the right. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move.
All right, defense, I don't know what you're drawing up, but that wasn't it, okay? Wide open wide receivers, miscommunication, whatever it was, got to get that fixed.
Looking downfield on first down. Now improvising. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Man, that is a huge play for the defense because they had to stop the bleeding. On the very last play, they gave up an explosive one, and all of a sudden it feels like the defense is on their heels. But what a great job in an individual effort, winning up front, getting around the block, and getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play.
Back to pass, it's Hammond. Unloads it left. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. And the Red Raiders will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin them deep. The accuracy is perfect, the loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. And they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll run for it. It's Parker. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on second down. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end down the gut. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Motion from the back. Looking downfield, it's Dampier. It's complete to the right.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wideout there on the slant.
The Utes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
Surge ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy and let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
They'll send the back in motion. Making side adjustments here. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Throws it deep. Threads it inside the 10. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And now a chance to pull even as we get late here in the first half. A designed run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Utes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And he makes the extra point.
Number 17 sets a kickoff.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking for a man, it's Hammond. Looking for a big play. It's picked off, and that's number 10.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Sends it back in motion. Quarterback making checks. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Caught over the middle. It's Parker. There he goes. The tag. Touchdown, Utah. Rolling into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Hammond. Throws for the tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They're dealing with a second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Joyner. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. Line gets set. First down. Tight end now in motion. Looking to throw on first down. He lost one down the sideline. It's a mid stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Red Raiders. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. They want to throw it. And the sticky fingers makes that 2-point conversion decision a good one. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the snap, it's Parker. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with UCF taking on the number 15 team, the TCU Horned Frogs. And it's the Knights with a statement victory here and a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. The victory gets this team to 4-2. It has not been a perfect start, but they are right in position entering the second half. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Throwing on the run. Makes a deep grab. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
And I would argue that's one of the most difficult things to play as a defense is those second plays when they start to get outside the pocket. He does a great job buying time. And what does he do when he rolls out? It gets his receiver a chance to get down the field more, and then he chucks it downfield for the big completion.
Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Maybe some room here. Inside the and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
Utah, 21.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. ready to go back on the attack. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer. There he goes! These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. And the Utes want to move quickly.
I like this idea by the offense going very up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. It's Dampier. Quarterback moving. He'll pull it down. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And that's, wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Here's a give to Joyner. Sweet cut there.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And they can't make the connection. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Hammond. Going for it all. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
I don't know what play they called, but I would call it again because the defense had no idea what was going on. Receiver comes wide open, catches the football, and gets the easy touchdown.
He'll set up to throw. He gets into the end zone for the 2, and that is big. It's now a 3-possession game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive.
Got it down the field. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
To the air on first down. Looking down the middle. Got it. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense complete.
And he's in. Touchdown, Utes. What a game he's had. Third touchdown of this one and 5 on the season. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
To the air, it's Dampier. Throw to the end zone, it's picked off.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
Utah, 27. Number 17, set to kick over.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Joyner to begin the drive. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels, so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
Now the play fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Intercepted for the 11th time. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's Dampier. Going deep. Got it inside the 10. Run out of bounds after the long game, and they've got it now first and goal. That's the end of the quarter, and Texas Tech is on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll go with a direct snap. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Paul.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Gets it out fast. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. Big play, stops the drive.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Red Raiders with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. The run inside. It's Joyner. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points, and now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Grabbed in the middle. It's Eakin. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still peppy.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Looking to throw, it's Hammond. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Great job using his body and getting the foot down for the catch on the left sideline.
And, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the first down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team needs a couple more yards to get the first down. And dude chose to run out of bounds.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
Well, you're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter. They're hoping with that conversion they ice the game. They don't get it. It feels like they're going to win, but we've seen crazy things happen in college football, and they've left the door open here late. Let's see what happens.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night.
The defense thought in this game they were going to have an
put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Williams, still looking, on the move. Grabbed over the middle, it's Marsh. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback keeper. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Gets the back moving. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
There was just nowhere.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Trying to get it to the marker. They make the stop, but not before. He gets enough to convert on 4th down, and rolling the dice pays off.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Williams going for the big play. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Oh, that is a throw that is just going to haunt this quarterback. He had his target wide open running deep. That should be a touchdown, but the QB overthrew him. That is going to haunt this quarterback tonight.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Williams looking for a man. He's going to run it. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the 1st down.
And sometimes these QBs, man, you just want them to hang in the pocket maybe just a little bit longer. It's 3rd down. I got a little bit I got to get, and I think he pulls the football down, tries to make a play with his feet, but the defense does their job and forces the 4th down.
He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Throwing, Williams dances away to buy time. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
3rd down from the gun, Williams. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Williams. He wants to go deep. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these fourth downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Escapes the pressure going right. The short hand, it's Becker. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's the guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Looking for room, it's Jackson. Could be an alley. Bulldozes his way through. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Williams on the play fake. Lets it fly. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw. The DB jumped all over that.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. He'll take a deep shot here. Makes the grab down the middle. They finally make the stop, and what a fantastic way to finish off this first quarter after that play. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. So first down here as they go back to work. With the catch, it's Wade. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one.
Man, you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends. Something different, guys, here in the second quarter. We got points, right? No points in the first quarter. Both defenses had their footing. Now, offense finally strikes, gets something going, gets down here on the fringe, too, inside the 30, capitalizes on it, gets a touchdown, and we got our first score of the football game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. The Owl offense is out there to get this drive underway. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that field fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Here's Williams to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get. Toward the ball, and we are ready for action. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Bunch formation for these receivers. Wants to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Smith. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. And so much for feeling each other out for a few plays. These guys come out spinning it.
All gas, no brakes. Come in and spin the magic bean on the opening play of the game, taking a shot. Doesn't get better than that if you're this quarterback.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. That's caught. It's Bennett. Rams in with the stiff arm. Continues to fight for yards. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
Well, that's 3 throws on this drive and 3 completions and 3 first downs. And it's funny, talking to the offensive coordinator during the week, he said, hey, if my head coach would let me do it, I'd throw the ball 100 times a game. I wouldn't even run it because of how much I trust this quarterback to do the right thing. And that's exactly what's happening on this drive.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Going over the top. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Going to take a shot at this DB. Brings it in down the left side. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
And you see more and more of this in college football, finding your playmakers in space, whether it's a receiver, a tight end, or in this case, a running back, way down the field. Get him isolated, find your matchup, and how about the running back turning into a receiver?
You know, we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits.
Deep shot for the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And sometimes as a quarterback, man, you're sitting on that sideline and you watch the other guy go out and just deal, right? And put together a drive, score a touchdown, and you want to come out and you want to answer and you want to be aggressive. And sometimes you take shots, sometimes you force things. So I would recommend to him, just stay within the offense, take what the defense gives you, don't be too aggressive.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. On the move, it's done.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now softened them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Shoots it to the left. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down.
That ball hit him right in a bad spot, right in the hands. Really unfortunate he didn't come down back.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Defense showing blitz here. He's going to fire deep. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Man, making a statement early in this football game. I'm open. Get it to me. He's already got 2 tutties on the game. Nice job making his presence felt early in this football game.
14, Texas.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Wade. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Heel off one deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Now facing a third and long. Off play action. Makes the catch. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Gonna look downfield again. Caught by Smith. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. And the Longhorns, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. To the air on first down. Under fire. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, a nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one up. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Quarterback making adjustments. On fourth down, looking to pass. It's on target and complete. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there because he didn't have the first down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss, and with his athleticism and skill, he's able to do that, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Looking for the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for the score there.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when the...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
He'll He'll bring it out. It's Marsh. Makes a move. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Run in the red zone. It's done. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Right back to the well. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. We reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Defense playing a bail technique. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Good, right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll start this drive firing. Got a man. It's Wade. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Last completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
He might want another play. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and long.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long.
Ready. Ninja. Four.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
And I don't know how to explain that one. 4th down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my 1st half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
He'll start this drive going to the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. This defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Lets it fly deep downfield. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going to try to get it himself. And he's not going to be able to wedge his way there. The defense with the stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get...
He's going to throw deep right side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
That is such a great play by that defender. And how many times on deep balls do we see PI? Do we see pass interference? In situations just like that, that defender did an outstanding job.
On the run, it's done. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Skips away from pressure. He'll get rid of it. Complete to the right. They finally make the stop, and that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. And the Red Raiders will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Tomlinson. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Pulls and fires complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness. And
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think...
Leaping grab for a big gain. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Longhorn. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes when you're calling it deep in your own end, you're expecting man coverage or at least a one-on-one to the outside of the field, and that's what they had. The quarterback put air under it. The receiver shows off his speed. They make the catch, and it's not just a big first down. It's a touchdown. That is a momentum-changing play.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's done. Hard running there. They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking downfield on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Using his legs, it's done. Turning it on. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimum gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Second down, he'll throw it. Under fire. Touchdown, Red Raiders. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And defenses are terrified of giving up that big play. I like the offense taking a shot down the field, showing the defense, like, listen, hey, you're going to have to guard this. You better start being worried about the deep ball. Now maybe I can take some shots underneath.
Snags it, and he's open. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. Burnt Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
And making those big plays down the field, Texas. When you think about great teams, you think about...
Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again, and how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Running inside. It's done. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll go to the air on second and short. The sure hands, it's Bennett. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Looking for a crease. It's done. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and Texas Tech is on top. And now let's take a look at the stats in what has been a nip-and-tuck affair. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with a first down. Wants to go right back downfield. Escapes the pressure to his right. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
And the offense sees man-to-man and right away trying to attack that slant route. Like, make an easy pitch and catch. But how about the coverage? Nice coverage on the back end, staying in his hip pocket and getting his hand on the football.
Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Corner's going to give them room. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
To the air on first down. He's got the tight end. Plows through the defense. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
In the red area, it's done. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he's in, pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Red Raiders. The Red Raiders surge back on top.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got his man to the left. There he goes. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. You saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw again. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
He's not afraid to go deep. Touchdown, Longhorns! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. Great place to start for this offense. The run inside. It's done. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Texas Tech will call a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed? That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's done. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The Red Raiders surge back on top. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he closed the deal by racing 35 yards to pay dirt. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. He wants to change this route. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. And I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it.
Looking deep down the right side. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Wants to throw on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Wide open downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. They'll go to the air. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have...
Makes the catch. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance. On to attempt to try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest.